The time has come to learn operators. Operators are the core of any language. They allow us to perform arithmetical, comparison, and logical operations with the data in the code. The main operator that you all already know is the assignment variable. For example, we assign the string to a variable and then call it. In PowerShell, we have multi-assignment that allows us to assign a few variables in one line. As you see, each variable received its own value. Let's continue to arithmetic operators, adding integers, concatenation of strings, combination of arrays, or we can combine other data types that logically allow this, subtraction of integers or doubles. Of course, any of this can be assigned to variables, but we do not need this in this case. Division of integers, multiplication of items, evaluating modulus operation, incrementing and decrementing integer. This will become very useful when you start working with arrays and loops because execution can increment the value by 1, like making a counter or making an ID for an item. Now, the interesting point is that we can combine between the operators. For example, operators adding and assignment. As you can see, we are declaring an array with 3 strings. Now we assign an additional string as D in a classing way. And now we are doing the same with this operator, which is exactly the same but requires less typing. Let's do it again with an additional item and you will see how simple that is. Example of subtraction and assignment at the same time. The next example of multiplication and assignment. Same with division and modulus. My personal advice is to play with each of these operators to get a complete understanding of them. Comparison operators. The equal operator checks if items on both sides are the same or not. And remember, the main rule that interprets will try to convert data to the same data type if it is different. Comparison operators in 90% return the Boolean value. True if we are correct and false if we are not. We have an alternative way of using this operator, like asking an array if it contains a specific value, and it returns to us the number of items it contains in it. It is a rarely used approach, but it exists. A not equal operator is one that can compare if items are not equal. And it has an alternative way of using this operator too, like asking an array for all items that do not contain. For example, retrieving all items from the array except letters B. The greater than operator compares if the first item is greater than the second. We can compare even strings, but this is kind of tricky because it depends on the word's length and the rank or letter. I'm just showing an example, and if you want to dig into it deeper, I'm leaving it for your own playing. The greater or equal is very similar to greater than. Just in case of equal items, it will return true instead of false. The exact same concept applies to less than and to less or equal. The like operator is used to compare a string to a pattern. It returns true if the string matches the pattern. This operator supports wildcard characters such as asterisk for any number of characters and for a single character. Not like is the opposite of like. It returns true if the string does not match the pattern. The match operator is similar to like, but uses a regular expressions engine to compare a string to a pattern. It returns true if the string matches the regex pattern. PowerShell also provides case-sensitive versions of the match and not match operators. It has prefixes of the letter C, like CMatch and CNot match, respectively. Just like, not match, returns true if the string does not match the regex pattern. Try to pause the video at this point and think about what should be the answer. The contains operator is used to check if a collection includes a particular item. It returns true if the item is found in the collection. Not contains is simply the negation of contains. It returns true if the collection does not have the specified element. The in operator is the counterpart to contains and is used to check if an item is in an array. It's like saying, is this item in this array? Not in checks for the absence of an item within an array. It's essentially asking, is this item not in this array? The as operator checks if an object is an instance of a specific data type. We saw this earlier in the video about data type. Is not checks if an object is not an instance of a specific data type. The logical operators help you to build complex conditionals with ease. There are a few operators, and, or, XOR, and not. The AND operator is used to ensure that two or more conditions must be true for the overall expression to return true. The OR operator, denoted by OR, is used when you want the overall expression to return true if at least one of the conditions is true. XOR, or exclusive OR, represented by XOR, is true only when one and only one of the conditions is true. The NOT operator is a bit different. It's a unary operator, meaning it only operates on one condition, reversing its value. The exclamation mark is exactly the same as the not operator. Methodical operators. The replace method is used to substitute all occurrences of a specified string or pattern with another string. See the following example. As you see, after the operator replaces comes two items. The first item represents the pattern of what should be replaced, and the second item by which value. If the second item is missing, the operator will just remove the pattern from the string. The split method divides a string into an array of substrings based on a delimiter or pattern. PowerShell does have a join method like other languages and has an operator of join to concatenate an array of items into a string. These methods and operators are especially powerful when used together. For example, you might retrieve a delimited string from a file, split it to process each element, and then recombine it with changes. If you're looking to deepen your PowerShell skills, play around with these operators and see what you can create. For more PowerShell tutorials like this, make sure to subscribe and share with your fellow scripters. Drop your questions in the Telegram channel's comments. And I wish you all a great day.